Hi Taurus, and welcome to your reading. This is a pick a card reading for the eclipse season that we are currently in. So I'll choose 3 piles and just choose which one resonates with you, and if none of them do, check your other placements. Feel this one. So we've got bittersweet for pile number 1. Pile number 2 is impatience. I'm going to feel this one as well. And pile number 3, workaholic. So I'll leave the video to run for a couple of seconds. Like I said, just choose which one resonates with you. You can choose all 3 if you wish. The timestamps will be in the description box below. And I'll see you in your pile. Thank you. Hi, pile number 1. So you got the card of bittersweet. And I did notice when I pulled all cards that they were all blue cards, and all blue cards represent to your throat chakra, which is all to do with communication. So let's see what messages want to come through for you, pile number 1. What messages need to come through for Taurus for pile number 1, please? So it's either somebody's anniversary or birthday, I see there. Oops. So we've got the card of grief, accepting loss. We've got culmination, completion and renewal. We've got miracle, making a difference. We've got independence, carving your own path. And we've got dominance, believing in yourself. Yeah, so basically what I'm seeing from this, and to be honest with you, it's quite similar for, it just must be the energies of this eclipse season at the moment. I feel like what we're doing, we're actually going through a time of death and rebirth, which is why I think this grief card, it's come out an awful lot in the majority of the readings that I've done. What I see with this one is that we are going through a renewal. We are going through like a death type state. I also see what's happening is this has led you on your path, your spiritual path, I believe, is because it's either somebody's anniversary of somebody who's passed, or somebody's birthday, somebody who's passed, or somebody's passed recently. But just know this is a great new start, I'm going to say, for you, even though it is a little bit bittersweet, because basically trauma brings on our spiritual, or opens us up to spirituality, and now it's about knowing that you can make a difference in the world, and starting a new life for yourself, basically. What other cards do we have? So we've got the High Priestess. So we've got listen to your intuition, have patience, and consider carefully what you want before acting. So yeah, this is about carving your own path, and it's listening to what it is that you love to do. We've got the Queen of Earth and the 8 of Air. So I think it's time for you to come away from that stuck mentality. Yeah, the Hermit. I feel like you've sort of like, because of what's happened, whatever trauma there has been in your life, I feel like you've gone into a state of not wanting to go out, wanting to be on your own, and that's okay as well, because that brings on, well, you can look at it in a couple of ways. It can either bring on grief, sadness, and put you into a state of depression, things like that, or it can open you up to your gifts, because it's like meditation if you're on your own, and basically it's just getting out of that stuck mentality, like feeling that you can't do anything else. We've got the 9 of Air which is things that keep you up at night. The Five of Water, and renewal, which is the Judgment card, sorry. I always get confused with them ones. It's the Judgment card. Sorry, no. So yeah, it's basically seeing the bigger picture of what's actually happened in your life. It's knowing that these things happen for a reason. So if somebody has passed in your life, like I said, I'm sorry that that's happened. However, it is, I look at death in a completely different way than others. I see it as a choice or chance for basically renewal and rebirth, and that's why I think this has come out, is because it's time now to move on from that. It's time for you to stop worrying about the things that did happen and start basically creating your own path. Let's see what other messages that we have for you. Now this could be in any situation. You can put it into like relationships, career, or anything like that. It just see what fits for yourself. What other messages do we have? So we've got the end of a tough cycle approaches, and a personal issue reaches resolution. Yeah, so there's something definitely happened in your life that's caused hardship and things like that. And I think that it's now reaching the peak of that, of like when it's time for you now to come out of that. The energies are very, very similar for a lot of, and I think that's what these eclipses are doing. Take time to breathe out. Okay. We've got, it's time to release negativity. Your hard work is paying off, and I'll just get one more. So if you have been working on yourself, Taurus, or pile number one, then this is telling you that you are going in the right direction. Your dreams need a practical plan. So it's just about coming away from the things that no longer serve you, and actually move on to start writing down what it is that you want in your life. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What can you do that's going to help yourself, that can also help humanity? But you've got to get your own mindset right first. And maybe it is, like I said, I was saying about meditation before, it is about taking time, not just to spend on your own if that's what you've been doing anyway, but it's about time, it's time to basically realize that what has happened in your life, you need, it's a lesson that you've basically had to learn. But now it's saying take time to breathe out. Now you can, it's like you've been holding your breath for that long, because you don't want to think about anything else, because this is like on your mind all the time. But now it's time to like go outside, get some fresh air wherever you are, and basically breathe out. If you want to, like I said, this is a blue card, it's a communication card, but sometimes it's about releasing what we have to say. And if that means that you need to go and do that outside or on your own somewhere, just go and shout it out to the universe, because that's what I feel that you need to do. So what advice or next steps can we give for pile number one, please? What advice and next steps can we give pile number one, please? Advice and next steps for pile number one. So we've got the Two of Earth. Too much going on, time to make a decision, but make sure it's done with in a playful, joyful, because when we get into a state of happiness, our world changes totally. Sorry, no. We've got the Queen of Air, we've got the Eight of Earth, and we've got the Knight of Air. And this one wants to come out. The Four of Water, and this one. and the wheel. Okay, so basically what this is saying is, when you've made the decision that you are going to change the way you basically run your life, I feel like saying is like how you are living day to day, is you will see that basically the negativity hasn't helped you. You'll get more clarity in, you'll get maybe new opportunities coming towards you, but just know this cycle is ending for you. You are definitely going through a time where, like I said, and it's across the board with everyone, a death and a rebirth. But now it's time to choose your options carefully, and it's how you're going to do that. Is it about the 80 work going back to learn something new? Is it about concentrating on what you've done in the past, but doing it like so it helps yourself more than it did in the past? Because I'm thinking that like this is telling you about skilled work now. So can you put it into a different way depending on what you've done in your work? But this is telling you that this cycle is now ending for you, and you're going to be coming into a much better place where you will then see more opportunities and things coming in quite fast, really. But it's up to you to make that decision of what you want to do. So I just want to leave you off with some last pieces of advice. And we've got this one. It says, I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. Yeah, it's about moving forward and making sure that things are good for yourself. Because if it is somebody who's passed or something like that, what you've got to ask yourself is, would they want you to feel the way you're feeling now? I wouldn't say so, especially if it's a loved one. They would want you to be happy and go out and live your life. You've got I am magnetic to what I want. I repel what I do not want. So yeah, that's telling you can bring into your life whatever it is that you want, and don't take the things that don't serve you. It's time for you to bring in to your life what blessings were meant to come into your life. And one more, please. Okay, I will persist, my will is strong. Yeah, and I think you will, Taurus, pile number one. I think that you will persist, because I think you know you're at a stage now where it is time to move forward. But just know that like going through this like death rebirth type thing, it can still bring up a lot of emotions, and it's just making sure that you manage them correctly, and there's no reaction to them more than like an action of being proactive with it. So those are your messages, pile number one. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, I will be grateful if you liked, shared and subscribed, and maybe commented below so I can see how this resonated. If it doesn't resonate with you, you can choose another pile or choose another placement in your charts. Have a great life, pile number one. I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Hi, pile number two, and welcome to your reading. You chose the card of Impatience. And as I was saying in pile number one, all three piles on this were all blue cards, which represent your throat chakra, which is all to do with communication. So impatience, what I'm seeing there, pile number two, straight away, is that I feel some of you are very impatient, wanting you to move to, I want to say to the other side, but in a way that like your spirituality and your spiritual gifts are coming forward. I feel like you're like, give me them now. That's what I feel like with this one. Well, let's see what's actually coming out for you, pile number two. Well, the first one, trust, and it does say love and friendship. Then we've got independence, carving your own path. We've got protection, finding what's important. And we've got destruction, releasing your anger. And we've got invention, burning with passion. So yeah, I think some of you do get a bit frustrated that I wouldn't say as much to the case of like the anger, because I don't feel that at the moment. But I think you get frustrated at the fact that like I feel that you want these things to come into your life straight away. I see spiritual gifts because I see the angel up here, and or like a spirit guide. Now put this to however you put this to how see communication. Okay, so basically you'll find it very hard to speak, or because you're impatient, it's like quick. Everything you want to be done like yesterday. That's why my voice, I was getting mixed up. But just know that everything comes into your life in divine time. So when it's ready, or when you are ready, that's when things come into you. So what's that saying? They say when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. This is what I feel with this. The more you are impatient and want, it pushes away the things that are meant to come into your life. So this is telling you, even though like there's a brand new beginning starting for you, it's how you go about getting that into your life. So it's not a case of push. It's a case of waiting for divine timing. Do the other things that you enjoy to do, but which leads you up to what it is that you're going to be receiving in. Let's see what other messages we have for you, pile number 2. What messages do we have for pile number 2, please? Pile number 2. No, they're too big. Ego, yeah. I think you're letting your ego get in the way. That's the devil card. But I think it's because you're in a rush to get places. I feel that you're going to be bringing in things that don't serve you, you know. So it's just try to control that ego side of you and listen to the guides rather than the ego. We've got renewal, which is the judgment card. You're definitely going through a rebirth and basically saying here that a favourable assessment of facts, time to move in a new direction. And I think that's why that's brought that out, is because you are ready for these gifts. It's just that you're impatient getting them, and that's why you're resisting them by being impatient. No, there's too many there. Okay. So we've got the King of Air, the Ace of Earth, the Eight of Earth, and the Knight of Earth. So yeah, I see this. You rush. That's what the king, the Knight, especially the King of Air. It's about rushing things out. But now it's time to balance it off. There's a brand new beginning for you, but you need to come back down to earth. So you need to ground yourself more. You need to get out into nature more. The seeds that you've planted are basically coming to fruition. There may be some more information that you need. But this is just saying, just slow down. It's that's what I'm feeling from this. Stop being in so much of a rush to get somewhere. And then we've got the Eight of Water. So saying a desire to move on. Yep. The search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. So yeah, you are walking into that new life of yours. Because you've got Carving Orient Path here as well. So you are very independent. You know exactly what you want. It's just that you just feel it's not getting here. And I think with this anger is that like it's just you getting frustrated more than angry, and that's why, like I said, things are being pushed away from you. So like I said, go and ground, get yourself into a balanced state, and that will then help you to move forward, and these whatever is meant to come in for you will come in for you then. What other guidance do we have for pile 2, please? Look, the energy is gaining momentum. We've got nothing will come of this situation, and look at the bigger picture. Yeah, and that's just basically clarifying what we've just said, is nothing will come of what's actually happening in your life at the moment because you're pushing it away. But just look at things from I see the bigger picture, like a different point of view. There's a reason you're being impatient, and there's a reason. It's a reason because like you're either not ready for your gifts at the moment, because if you're ready for your gifts, you just go with the flow, and just what I was going to try and say then, it was basically I know the energy, it is speeding up, time is speeding up. You're fully protected for everything that you're going to do, but just know that things come to you at the right time. Look, surrender to the divine. I didn't even know that was there waiting for me. Surrender to the divine. You have to do that. Ask the questions if that's what you feel like you need to do. And just once you ask the question and ask for a sign back, that's all you have to do. So what I mean by that is, if I need to make a decision on something that's very important, I would ask to see a specific object or animal or things like that. So I would do it so it will be something that wouldn't be in my environment all the time. So if I said I want to see, or I did say once I wanted to see a purple frog, and I thought I'm never going to see a purple frog, and guess what? That afternoon I was flicking through doing stuff on my website back then, and like I was flicking through something to find images. It wasn't Google, it was Pixabay or somewhere like that, and there was a purple frog. It was unreal. And I was like, right, okay, there was my sign. It's something that you ask for. If you are meant to find out the answer. So basically, if you ask the question, say, right, if I'm to do this, let me see a purple frog, and then you do that. If you don't see it, it means you're not meant to see it. You're not meant to do it. So you're getting an answer either way. It's just that, just find something to put out there. And I'm not being funny, we get tested all the time, so you test the universe. That's the way I see it. Confidence is your key to success. So yeah, it's trusting more than it is the confidence side, I'd say, is trusting in yourself, in your abilities, and have faith in your dreams. Yeah, totally and utterly. It's time for you to move forward. It's just that, just don't be so impatient moving forward with that. So I want to just see what next steps do we need to take. Pile number 2. What next steps do we need to take, or further advice that you need to be given on your path? What other advice do we need for pile number 2, please? So we've got strength. And look, there's someone, there might be a Leo in your, or coming in to help you with the strength and that new moon in Leo card. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got the Knight of Water. The need to balance your emotions. Yeah, it's definitely, you do have the ability within you, and you have the strength to you have the strength to move forward with this. However, the strength, to me, it's on top of the ego card there, which is about like I said, if you get these things or something into your life too soon, the ego can kick in, you know. So this is why I believe it's all in divine timing. But you are getting there one step at a time. You just need to like relax, or as you say, chillaxy taxi. Relaxy taxi. Okay. God wanted to jump out. The 7 of Air says your plans need revision. More going on than meets the eye. Look, poor timing. Totally and utterly, definitely poor timing. The Queen of Earth. So make time for those around you. Deal with the challenges in kind and understanding manner. So yeah, if you are getting, if you are being challenged about something, it could be, this has just come to me, is you could be impatient around training somebody new. So whether that be in a workplace or something like that, I just get a feeling, just might only be for 1 or 2 people, is that it's saying here that like you need to be patient with them people. they're new at whatever that job that is, and it's giving them advice in an understanding and a kind way. Whereas I feel that if, because you get so impatient, you get frustrated and not it says angry, but like I don't think you get as angry as like it's saying there. Maybe you do. So we've got life experience, so that's the Tower. A significant life event, powerful revelation leads to change, and time to spread your wings. So yeah, maybe look at, like I said, go and look at something else, other knowledge, research different things, and that can lead you more to your 7 of Earth, can lead you more on your path. So look, the seeds well planted, but it says a temporary pause in action and unnecessary worry, and that's what this is telling you, is you don't need to be impatient. Things will come to you in divine timing. You've just got to trust what's actually coming in for you. But any situation that you get yourself or you find yourself in, just make sure that you deal with it in a kind and compassionate way. So pile number 2, just one last piece of advice for you before we finish up. What other advice do we have for pile number 2, please? Okay. I will not remain stuck. I choose to change, or I choose change. I am open and responsive to the abundance of the universe. And yes, you are. It's just that you're just a little bit impatient. That's all. But that's okay. You won't remain stuck. You will be getting that into your life. It's just how you go about it. That's all. One more then, please. Oh, we've got 2. That's okay. I am curious about my true nature. I seek to understand myself, and I am magnetic to what I want. I repel what I do not want. Yeah, and that's the same as like, you are attracting into your life what is meant to be on your life. This, I seek to understand myself, and I think that's the work that I feel that you still need to do a little bit more, is understanding who you truly are as a spiritual being. And then that will open you up to all the abundance that you are entitled to in your life. Well, pile number 2, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe and comment. If this doesn't resonate with you, please choose one of the other piles or choose another placement in your chart. I will talk to you soon. Thank you. Welcome, pile number 3. You chose the card of Workaholic. As you probably would have noticed with the pick cards for each pile, they were all blue cards. So that basically represents your throat chakra, and it's all to do with communication. So what I'm seeing for you, pile number 3 at the moment, are you a workaholic? I think you are not concentrating on the things that make you happy. I think you're overdoing. See, the way I see this card is like that you need to do things that are more creative for yourself. You're working too much on the things that are not going to move you forward in your life. That's what I'm feeling for that at the moment. But let's see what cards we get out for you. Resources. Ooh, okay, culmination, completion and renewal. Rebirth, giving yourself a second chance. Bliss, cherishing the day. And we've got surrender, letting go of the darkness. Yeah, like I said, I think that you're putting too much work into things that don't resonate with you, things that because you feel like you have to do it. Now that could be a case of like, you know, like for a job because you need the money and things like that. A relationship with somebody because you've got children with them, or whatever situation you want to put it into. It's just that this is telling you it's time now. You've got the power within you to change. Sorry, no. You've got the power within you to change what it is that you want to change in your life. Now is the time with this eclipse season, is that it's time to put out into the universe what you want and what you want to get back from it. You've got completion and renewal and a rebirth there. This is your time. It's your time to put the things into play or into action about what is. Look at, I mean, even this surrendering to the dark, you've got the full moon and the like half moon. And this could represent like the eclipse as well. It's surrendering to the darkness, or surrendering to the darkness. Oh my gosh, I hope not. I hope you don't do that. Letting go of the darkness, should I say? But when we surrender to the eclipse season, like, I mean, the way I see that is the way I said that was because the light comes out through the darkness. So that's why you have to surrender to it all. Oh my gosh. Let's see what else we have for you then, pile number 3. Oh, sometimes I have to laugh about what comes out of my mouth sometimes. Hence all the blue cards. Well, not that I'm a Taurus, but like I've probably got it in my chart somewhere. It's just like funny. So we've got the King of Fire. And it says focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. And you've got the arts there. Like I said, I think you want to do something completely different than what you were doing at the moment. The 10 of Air, the Star, and the Knight of Earth. Let's see what else we get in. So it says the end of a difficult situation is coming up. So that's what the 10s are. And like I said, there's a new beginning for you. The 5 of Fire. The Star is about making positive changes, long-term plans, but it's also saying that you once you surrender to what you really truly want in your life, that's when things will come in. 2 5s, look, 5s are all about change and can be conflict, but I think this is conflict with yourself. I think you're worried about finances if you try to change up what's actually happening at the moment. But until we do something that we truly, truly love doing, release. Okay, so it says the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation and time to move on. So that's actually the Death card, which like I said is all about transformation, rebirth. It now is your time. And what I was saying before that came out was basically if you were still worrying about the likes of money, other resources, it's telling you've got everything you need. You will be provided for. It's the inner conflict that you've got here. It's not the conflict with other people, I think. It's the inner conflict, but this is saying the 5s are about change. It's time for you to go and surrender to what it is that you want and what you love to do, because now is the time that we do things that it brings us joy and happiness, because it puts us into balance with or into alignment with where we're going and what path we are going on. What other information do we have for pile number 3, please? All the guidance for pile number 3. Whoa. Maybe these all do need to come. This one as well. So we've got look at the bigger picture. It's time to take action. A time for healing. And you are good enough. Wow. Yeah, definitely. You need to look at things from a higher perspective. You need to take time out for yourself. Time to give rather than take. If you've got 2 Virgo cards here, maybe you've got placement in Virgo. And even though it's not up yet, Virgo will be probably up in the next day or 2. That maybe you need to go and check Virgo's reading. I haven't done it yet, so whatever comes through comes through. But this to me is like you need to come away from the sadness. I feel like you're stuck in a place where you don't think that there's any way of getting out of, and that's why I see the workaholic, because you don't feel like you've got any other choice. Okay. So we've got your hard work is paying off. Yeah. So basically, to me, it is paying off because you've done the work that you need to do. You now need to go into a place where it's more a creative and ideal situation for yourself. You have everything you need. It's just that I think that what is happening is, like I said, the conflict, inner conflict that you have. It's time for you to go and heal that inner conflict and understand why you're worrying about things that you don't really need to worry about. I mean, at the end of the day, the way I see it, you will survive whether you've got limited resources or not. But this is telling me, and this is, you've got everything that you need. You don't need anything else. You've got the knowledge, you've got the tools, you've got everything that you need in your hands or in your life around you. And it's just saying now it's time for you to move forward and do what you truly were meant to do in this lifetime. So let's just ask for some guidance or advice about the next steps that you need to take. Pile number 3. What guidance, next steps does pile number 3 need to take, please? Okay, so we've got the 2 of water, doing things that you absolutely love to do. The Emperor, be the leader in that. You like this one? The 7 of Earth, it says seeds well planted, unnecessary worry. The Strength card. Yeah, so you may actually get in, somebody may come into your life who, the World card, definitely the end of a cycle happening. There's too many. You could be getting somebody into your life that can help you to structure your life a little bit better. It could be a partner, business or relationship, King of Air. But it's about balancing out how you're feeling about these things. So it's balancing out your emotions, 2 of water, King of Air, against your mindset. So it's how you then, but this is telling you, look, you've got 3 major arcana here on the advice, and it's telling you now is your time. The eclipse season is bringing new things into our lives. You need to release what you don't want anymore and bring in what you do. And it's saying you've already planted seeds well into the ground. You just need to let them, or give them time to grow. But working and working and working is pushing you away from where you were supposed to be going in your life. So let's just finish up with one piece or a couple of pieces of guidance for you. Pile number 3. So we've got, I am courageous and powerful. And I think that's where some of you are sort of like lacking as well, or the inner conflict is because you don't feel that you're good enough. But it's telling you here, you are good enough. You're definitely good enough to move forward and do something that you love to do. I shine my light out for all to see. Yeah, and I think that's what you do when you go to a place of happiness and joy, is that like you are, your light shines brighter and people can see it. And I think that's why this is, you were drawn to this reading, and the workaholic side is because it is your time to shine. I am magnetic to what I want. I repel what I do not want. Yeah, you are a very powerful manifester as well. You can bring into your life whatever it is that you need. Like I said at the beginning, you've got the resources you need to move forward with your life. It's just about you taking the steps to do that. So pile number 3, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe and comment below to let me know how it resonated with you. If it doesn't resonate, please check the other one of the other 2 piles or both, and if not, you can check your other placements in your chart. I wish you all the best, pile number 3. Talk to you soon. Bye now.